Just how far are you willing to go to achieve the look you've always wanted? Well, in the case of Anthony Loffredo, there seems to be no limits. Body modifications have been around since the beginning of time, and every one of us have modified our bodies in one way or another. However, today we're gonna look at a man whose sole goal in life is to transform himself to look like an alien. This is the story of the Black Alien Project. From an early age, Anthony was fascinated with mutations and transforming the human body. He would even say his passion for bodybuilding had a lot to do with that. Cause let's be real, body dysmorphia is very much alive and haunts a lot of people. You know, that thing where you look good but for some reason you don't think you do and you want more. Anyways, it all clicked one day when he was working as a security guard. He realized he wasn't living life the way he wanted to, so he decided to stop everything at the age of 24 years old, quit his job, pack his bags and leave for Australia. It's still unclear what happened during his time there that triggered him to making his next move, cause as soon as he traveled back to Europe, his project went into full gear. Anthony blacked out the majority of his body in ink. Now, these days having a full bodysuit is starting to become more common and acceptable, except he took it a step further and blacked out his face and head as well. Even still, if you don't like your tattoos, you can always get a laser removal. But who are we kidding? He's the Black Alien Project. He doesn't want to be common and his goal is to push all boundaries. So how do you think he did that? Isn't it obvious? By doing permanent procedures that are irreversible. He ended up tattooing his eyeballs black and split his tongue and tattooed it green. Now this is where things really take a turn and you realize it just went from being very serious to full-on insanity. Cause he then proceeded to surgically remove his ears. Makes sense, right? I mean, aliens don't have ears. He also got dermal implants in his head, cheeks, and eyebrows. If you thought that was extreme, think again, cause this was just the beginning. Black Alien admits his obsession has taken over his life, describing his flesh as being under construction. His most extreme modification couldn't even be done in his country cause it was illegal. Instead, he had to travel to Spain to have his nose removed. That's right, his nose. I know people go to surgeons all the time to get nose surgeries, but this? Anyways, as if removing a part of his nose wasn't enough, he also removed his top lip. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, how's this guy doing any of this stuff knowing how dangerous these procedures are? Surely there are some repercussions, right? Well, Black Alien said that ever since he removed the top of his lip, he has had trouble speaking. Alright, that wasn't the side effect from the lip removal. This was just what he does for fun at night. He says he loves getting into the shoes of a scary character. He often settles down somewhere and plays a role. But anyways, his speaking troubles don't seem to affect him or make him want to stop his project. In fact, despite all of that, he says he's proud of his look and his philosophy is everyone has their own freedom. Mine is to have no limits in the mutation of my body. Taking one glance at him, you might assume he's achieved the look he's always wanted. But that's simply false, cause according to him, he's only 27% complete. Black Alien documents his entire journey on Instagram, keeping his 447,000 fans updated with his progress. Recently, he modified himself some more, posting about it on June 12, 2021. A picture of him which had a chunk of his bottom lip removed, and a caption that said, "We continue. We advance body evolution, open mouth." I think it's very safe to assume what he's gonna do with his lips moving forward. However, the most shocking project he has lined up in 2021 is the removal of half of his hand. Here's the thing, I'm all for body modifications and people living life how they want to, but at what point are you gonna draw the line and say enough is enough? This is pretty much like handicapping yourself, isn't it? I mean, there are people in the world that are missing limbs and would give anything to have a full capable body. This one's just pure disrespect. Anyways, adding to his future plans, he also wants to modify his arms, legs, and the back of his head in some sort of way. And the absolute cherry on top is wanting to remove his skin and replace it with metal. I don't even know if that's possible. And if it is, who would even have the knowledge and experience to pull off an operation like that? Do we suddenly have the technology to become cyborgs now or something? Really, what's going on? Regardless, you might think that looking like that has hindered his love life. But according to him, he has no problem attracting women. And just judging based off the comments on his Instagram, he has some really strong supporters that are encouraging him to continue this project. It's very clear to everyone just how much Black Alien is willing to push the envelope to achieve the look he's envisioned. And you can't help but be curious and wonder what he's gonna end up looking like at 100%. Listen, we're only at 27%. Could you imagine? Not even halfway through and he looks like this. However, one very important question still remains. He's all good now while he's striving to get to his goal. Look, there's purpose, but what's next for him when he achieves it? You think he's just gonna settle down somewhere and live his life? Or do you think he's gonna start a new project? His statement about his journey is very clear. He says he's never gonna regret doing these extreme modifications, but that his only regret would be that he didn't do them. And at the end of the day, Anthony's happy doing what he's doing. Shouldn't that be all that really matters? Also, are you curious as to what 50% is gonna look like? Or better yet, 100%? Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation, cause this video was a very heavy one. Now, if you enjoyed watching, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for a lot more updates and content like this. And for those of you that want to learn more about the Black Alien Project, I've linked his Instagram in the descriptions below, so feel free to check that out. As always, I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.